Welcome to Basic Brewing Video. I'm James Spencer.
I'm Steve Wilkes.
It's your beer this time.
Yeah.
We're gonna do. What are we gonna do?
It's a smoked ESB, a smoked pale ale, English pale ale.
And the hardest part of smoking an ESB,
Rolling it.
keeping it lit.
That's right.
Either one of those.
Either will work. Yeah, this was a beer that it started out to be just an ESB, and I couldn't leave that alone, so I threw some special B in there, which isn't really an ESB thing normally, and I said, well, now I don't have an ESB. So then I had some beechwood smoked malt I wanted to play with. So
it's an extra smoky bitter.
It's an extra smoky. It's a smoky ESB, and I'm anxious to see what you think about it. It really is a pretty traditional beer, except for the smoked malt. It's 8 pounds of Maris Otter, a pound of Victory, a whole pound, 8 ounces of Special B, and 8 ounces of red wheat, and 1 pound of the smoked malt. I already said that. The hop bill is an ounce of Challenger at 60 minutes, an ounce of Target at 30 minutes, and an ounce of Target at Flame Out. And so, and then USO5. So it's kind of quasi-British, quasi-American. It's a little of this, a little of that.
Well, there you go. That's what we like.
Yeah. And so let's see what we think about it.
Now, the beechwood is famous for being used in a certain bigger brewers'
but they don't use
process.
it in that way. They use it to scrub. I'm not really quite sure what it does, but they put it in the...
It gives more surface area in the bottom of the stainless steel fermenters for the yeast to flocculate onto.
Yes.
And so that way it helps clarify the beer. At least that's what I've been led to believe.
I knew it was a clarifying thing, but
So it's actually a real thing. They actually do it. It's not just an advertising
No,
slogan.
it's a real thing.
But I guess you take that and you burn it and smoke some malt, and this is what you get.
This is what you get. So this is my smoky ESB. And I like it because it's not too smoky. It's my problem with smoked beers.
Wow. That's really good. Now,
It's a tasty beverage.
that's very nice. Now, a lot of times when you get a smoked beer, it's kind of like licking an ashtray.
It sure is.
Or eating a giant piece of bacon or salmon or whatever.
Yeah.
Which, there are times when those beers are absolutely delicious. Not an everyday drinker for me, and I would rather have something to balance it food-wise to balance that out. This is balanced in itself, I believe.
Thank you. I was playing, and it came out better than when I say better, I just mean it really came out very well balanced. A pound is a pound rather than 9 ounces or 8.4 ounces.
Right.
Just threw a pound in there to see what it would do. But for my palate, it nailed it pretty hard.
Yeah. I think that like I say, I think that the smoke is really well balanced. It's slightly savory in that regard. But the hops come through really nicely and kind of help scrub that savoriness or the kind of, I don't want to say slick, but that's what comes to mind, that kind of smoky character.
And this malt isn't terribly heavily smoked. It's not a heavily smoked malt to begin with. So it's a fairly lightly smoked 2-row. It's it's just smoked 2-row. You could make it yourself if you and I think I think you did a video on that.
Play around a little
bit. So super easy to do. Adds a whole nother level of complexity to the beer. It's about 6.5% beer. Super easy brew day. Of course, brew in the bag. And I've got a kit coming out, an extract kit at the store that will mimic this beer. I just did an extract version of it, and I actually pulled the smoke back even a little bit more because I want people to just get just that hint of smoke.
Just like drinking a beer by the campfire.
Yes, that's right. Someone's burning leaves across the meadow.
The neighbors are getting stoned. Just a little hint of the smoke.
That's in my Colorado release.
Well, soon to be in Arkansas as well.
Well, yeah.
But, that's another episode. It's another podcast.
It's a whole other business line.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm glad you like the beer.
Yeah, and look at the head retention on that.
Yeah.
So what do you credit the head retention?
I'm not going there. The wheat.
There you go.
Yeah, the wheat. I always throw a little. I say that. In most of my recipes, I like to throw a few ounces of wheat in, just for the head retention alone.
There you go.
So, and I like the Special B. I've been kind of playing with Special B as an ingredient lately. It gives that kind of nice raisiny, Chimay. I think those big Belgian beers, and I kind of like that. And you don't have to put very much in before you get a pretty big result from it. So.
And Special B was the character on Andy Griffith that didn't make it.
That's right. Well,
You had Aunt B.
if you thought Aunt B's pickles were bad, you should have had Special B's pickles. Those things were not edible.
All right, we're done.
Happy brewing.
Cheers. Come and visit us online. At basicbrewing.com, you can find archive lists of our audio and video podcasts on home brewing. You can also find our DVDs and our brewer's logbook, where you can track and log up to 50 batches of beer. If you're in Fayetteville, Arkansas, stop by Steve's Brew Shop or find him online at stevesbrewshop.com.
Special B.